Kind of difficult to walk right now, but I wanted to show you they're making me piss with a strainer. So I basically have to use a strainer every time I go to the bathroom and see if rocks are in it. These are all the bands that they gave me while I was in the hospital. This one says family reaction to penicillin. Um, so I yeah. I honestly don't know how much talking I'm going to be able to do in this video because the tube that they had put, I guess it was a tube, some kind of mask, I don't remember, that they had put over my face while I was doing the surgery, the lithotripsy. They, in order to pump air into my body, as I was getting it, made my throat hurt like a lot by the time I had woke up from the anesthesia. So my throat hurts a lot, but I'm trying to drink water to get over it, and it'll probably be gone in a few days' time. Um, I was in a lot of oh no 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 Bert, please don't do that. I was in I was in a lot of pain when I first woke up. I actually almost cried when I first woke up is how much pain I was in. So I asked the nurse for a hug and she gave me a hug. I actually asked multiple nurses for hugs because I felt really bad. And one of the things I learned is that I actually really like getting hugs. I wasn't attracted to any of the nurses, but just being able to get a hug made me feel a lot better, and I'm not really used to getting them, so I realized that I like them a lot, not just as a concept, but also in practice. Well, the other thing was that after I had woken up, they basically rolled me back into my hospital room, and I had to put my clothes on and stuff, but it was excruciatingly difficult because I couldn't really get up out of the bed, and so I was trying as hard as I could to get up out of the bed, um, and it hurt a lot as I was trying to do so. But I ended up throwing up all over the hospital room's floor because I was in so much pain that I just kept puking. From there, I ended up being in my clothes and rolled out in a wheelchair, and I went home. I was surprised by the fact that I didn't have to have a stent in my, you know where, because usually with lithotripsies like this, with a kidney stone this large, etc., they have to put like a tube or a string into your dick, and then eventually they just pull it out. You know, they yank it out. They put it in while you're awake, and then they yank it out later on. Um, but fortunately, I didn't have to have a stent like that, and there were no complications with the lithotripsy, so they just blew up all of the pieces and turned it into dust. So they didn't have to put a camera in my dick either to destroy the potential shards that were not destroyed. So everything actually went better than expected. They had already warned me in other appointments with my urologist or primary care doctor that most likely there would be some kind of complication, or if there was, this is what they would do. And I sort of came in with the expectation that something like that would happen. But it turned out to be better than even they thought it would be, to where I didn't have to get a stent. And so that was a positive thing because I don't like the idea of having to walk around with a string coming out of my dick. Um, so that was nice. Um, but I'm still in a lot of pain now that I've gotten home. They prescribed me painkillers. I believe I believe it was called Narcos. Narcos was the name of it. Something like that. And I Googled it just to make sure, and it said it was hydrocortisone or hydrocodone, hydrocodone, something like that. Um, and so um, I'll make a clarification if it turns out to be a different medication, but that's what I remember hearing was a narco or something like that. So I had Googled it and it said that was the brand name of hydrocodone. Um, and so when my dad gets home from work, he's going to bring me the prescription and I'll be able to take it for this pain. But the operation was pretty successful, as far as those things go. I didn't film in the hospital at all because you aren't allowed to film in there, and I didn't really have an in. I didn't have a time when there weren't other people in the room in order to film, so unfortunately I couldn't show you any of the way there or the process getting there, but I'm doing better now than I was before. Another thing I thought was pretty strange was that when I had first been made to piss in the big jar, it was like this big bucket thing that they had me piss into. Um, it looked like black almost. It wasn't completely black, but there was so much blood in my piss that it almost looked black, and it kind of hurt to get all of it out. Um, so I thought it was interesting just how bloody it looked. Of course, peeing in the toilet, it just looks kind of red because it gets diluted with water. I don't know what it would look like if I peed in a jar now, but um, I've never seen that much blood in my urine before. It was kind of incredible.